Welcome back. Part two of Vice President Harris. I gotta keep that. I got my people's numbers on there. So we ended the last video on her dad. So who is her dad? Here we go.
Is Kamala Harris's father Jamaican? Well, a few days ago, I did an interview right here on my YouTube platform where I spoke with immigration expert Erwin Clark looking at the Jamaican diaspora response to Kamala Harris being the presumptive presidential nominee for the Democrats. And I noticed the comments, there were some comments that were saying that she does not have Jamaican heritage, her dad is not from Jamaica. The aim of this platform is not only to inspire, but always to educate and to inform, and to do so in a non-partisan approach, meaning we're not taking any political sides. So with that, here are 10 things about Kamala Harris's father. Number one, Kamala Harris's father, Donald Harris, was born in Orange Hill near Brownstown in the North Coast. He was born on August 23, 1938, to parents Oscar Joseph Harris and Beryl Christie Harris. Two, as a young man, Donald Harris's love of economics took him to the University of the West Indies. Then in 1961, he moved on to the United States, where he went to read for a PhD at the University of California, Berkeley. There, he received his PhD in 1966, and then later became a prominent economics professor who taught at the prestigious Stanford University. Three, according to the Washington Post, Harris also took an interest in the civil rights movement alongside Kamala's late mom, Shamala Gopala, who was also an immigrant, she came from India. Couple got married. 2 years later, her sister, Maya, was born. For her father and mother, according to the Washington Post, had a bitter divorce and then a tough custody battle when Kamala was just a young girl. In fact, in Kamala's memoir, The Truth she wrote that the two, quote, stopped being kind to each other by the time she was 5. 2 years later, when she was 7, they officially divorced. 5, in a 2018 essay entitled Reflections on Harris stated that despite the terms of their love, his family did not end when his marriage did. He did his daughters to Jamaica in the 1970s to teach them about their heritage. 6, at the University of Stanford, he actually became the first Black economics professor to receive tenure. So he's actually quite a trailblazer himself. 7, during his time at the University of Stanford, Donald Harris actually became an economic consultant to the Jamaican government and to various Jamaican prime ministers. 8, after retiring from Stanford in their 1990s, he moved to Washington, D.C. to consult agencies such as the World Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank on economic issues. Number 9, he's the author of several books, including Capital Accumulation and Income Distribution, Jamaica's Export Economy towards a strategy of export levels. So again, along the lines of what he studied. And number 10, the relationship between Kamala Harris and her Jamaican dad, Donald Harris, seemed strained a few years ago, as in 2019, in a Breakfast Club interview, she was asked if she smoked marijuana, and she joked Jamaican heritage. Here's that clip.
Also, and I know the answer to this too, they say you oppose legalizing weed.
That's not true.
I know.
And look, I joke about it, half joking. Half my family's from Jamaica. Are you kidding me?
They be so mad at you.
Well, that comment, however, did not sit well with Mr. Harris, who is now 85 years old. And in a Stern article, he was quoted as saying that article was actually in Jamaica Global Online. And quoting him, he said, "My dear departed grandmothers, whose extraordinary legacy I described in a recent essay on the site, as well as my deceased parents, must be turning in their grave right now to see their family's name, reputation, and proud Jamaican identity being connected in any way, jokingly or not, with a fraudulent stereotype of a pot-smoking joy seeker and the pursuit of identity politics." He further went on to say,
He was pissed when she claimed that she was a Black American and she took on that. Her daddy was pissed. No, she not American. Also, was she not a Black American? And plus, her education K through 12 was in Canada. She didn't know anything. She was raised in Canada.
"Speaking for myself and my immediate Jamaican family, we wish to categorically dissociate ourselves from this travesty," end quote. So he did not mince words. That was, as I mentioned, in 2019, so we're not sure if things have mended since then. But yes, those are 10 things for you.
He was pissed. Because he don't want to identify as Black at all. And he's not, he's Jamaican. Let me see if this is the same thing.
Is Kamala Harris's father Jamaican? Well, a few days ago, I did an interview right here on my YouTube
Oh,
channel.
this is the same thing. Let me get rid of that. Now, this is a speech of her dad in 1989. And you see how he disassociated herself with that when she said smoking pot? All right, here we go. Here we go. This is her dad.
Final discussion is Professor Donald Harris from Stanford University.
I shall try to address some of the issues that previous two speakers have raised by posing some questions of my own that I consider rather intriguing, in the hope that by so doing I could bring out some more general issues that lie behind the arguments and positions that they've taken. First of all, let me begin by saying that one striking thing to me about the so-called debt crisis is the striking amount of public attention it has received. Judging, for instance, from the amount of newsprint and other coverage by the media that has been devoted to it, I would say it ranks.
Oh, yes, she was. I agree.
Glasnost, Perestroika, and
Yeah.
Gorbachev.
Yep.
And in the last 6 months, one might even say that the noise has risen to a crescendo. This, I think, is an important problem in itself to explain, namely why all this attention. Professor Sachs gave one answer to that question. I have a rather different view, which I hope to indicate as I go along in telling my own story. I think some important clues to the answer can be found in, of all places, the Wall Street Journal, which in these matters is quite perceptive, one might say, in the degree to which they evidently have communicated sanctuary of the boardrooms of the various banks and corporate structures. The Wall Street Journal, in an article on June 30th, 1983, entitled "Money and Power." In an article in the Wall Street Journal on June 30th, 1983, entitled "Money and Power," future political effects of foreign debt crisis worry some observers. The author of that article explains that the debt crisis and the solutions being put in place could have long-term political implications. They may, among things, increase government involvement in private sector developing nations, awful consequence, I might add parenthetically, reduce a trend toward a more integrated world economy, and give ammunition to foreign politicians looking to attack politics.
For a world economy. When they said he worked for the IMF and the World Bank, IMF, all that is Illuminati, all that is controlled, ran by the Rothschilds. They started it. So he's a gatekeeper, and so is she. And we're not going to listen to that boring speech, but he is an economist. He's not dumb by any means, but he is a gatekeeper. My son got that TV up so loud, and he not here, and I don't feel like going up there. Okay, here we go.
Imagine a sun-soaked Caribbean island known for its vibrant culture, reggae music, and world-class athletes. Now, envision that same island not just as a tourist destination, but as a global tech hub rivaling Silicon Valley. It may seem like a far-fetched dream, but not to economist Donald J. Harris. In 1995, this visionary professor unveiled a plan so audacious and transformative that it could have completely reshaped Jamaica's future. But here's the kicker. Most people have never heard of it. Today, we're diving into the hidden gem of an economic strategy that could have turned Jamaica from a tourism-dependent nation into an industrial powerhouse. By the end of this video, you'll be wondering why this plan isn't taught in every economics class around the world. The potential impact of this plan is so significant that it could have sparked a new era of prosperity destined to gather dust on a shelf. It was a clarion call for change, a roadmap for a Jamaica that could stand toe-to-toe with global economic giants. Now you might be thinking, industrial policy sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry. But hold on. This isn't just about factories and production lines. It's about creating jobs, boosting the economy, and ultimately improving lives. Harris's document laid out have leapfrogged the country into the 21st century economy before the new millennium even began. Imagine for a moment a Jamaica where cutting-edge tech startups rub shoulders with sustainable agro-processing plants. A place where the next big app is coded on the same island, known for its pristine beaches. A country that exports not just world-class coffee and reggae, but also groundbreaking biotechnology solutions. This isn't science fiction. This is the Jamaica that Donald J. Harris envisioned. Today, we'll discuss his 10 key recommendations for transforming the island nation. By the time we're done, you'll be able to see Jamaica and put your own country's economic potential in a whole new light. First up, diversify the economy. Harris wasn't content with Jamaica relying on its traditional moneymakers like bauxite and sugar. He wanted to shake things up. Imagine Jamaica as a tech hub with thriving biotechnology and agro-processing industries. It's not as far-fetched as you might think. Next, Harris emphasized infrastructure development. Think about it. Without good roads, reliable electricity, and fast internet, how can businesses thrive? By investing in these basics, Jamaica could attract more investors and help existing businesses grow.
That's true.
The third point focuses on human capital development. In simple terms, this means educating and training people to meet the needs of these new industries. Harris wanted to see Jamaican science, technology, engineering, thriving economy.
That's a fact.
Fourth on the list is technological innovation. Harris wasn't just thinking about using existing technology.
And he still teaches at Stanford University. And he has no relationship with either daughter. Oh shoot. I'm trying to get rid of this. Okay. Let me see. To the next video. I'm trying to get rid of this one. I don't want that one. All right. Just give me a minute. Therapy, what you doing? I didn't know you was going live today. Oh, this shit right here. This video is so powerful. Hold on, I want to make sure that. Hold on, this video right here hit home for me.
That Latinos want open borders. We want a secure border like all Americans. And we know what it leads to. Eduardo, who is the producer of Sound of Freedom, he has so much firsthand experience. So Eduardo, why don't you tell us about the movie and what we're facing with the immigration?
The Sound of Freedom is an awesome movie. Everybody should watch that, about human trafficking with children. I cried throughout that movie because it's a shame that you got perverts out here, so many, especially in the United States. Y'all seen all them missing kids in Virginia in the month of August alone. There's some sick folk out here.
And it's talking about.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, President, for your time. My name is Eduardo Verástegui, and I am very grateful to this nation for opening the door to my dreams. This nation has been such an amazing blessing in my life. God bless America. God bless Mexico, and God bless Hispanic America. And let's make America and Mexico and Hispanic America great again. Together, pro-life again, healthy again, and free again. I met these heroes 10 years ago in Los Angeles, California. Ex-Navy SEALs, ex-CIA agents, and they travel around the world undercover rescuing children. And when they told me in details what they do, in how they rescue these children, my eyes were open. And I said, I'm a filmmaker. I wanna make a movie about this, because the first step to eradicate child trafficking is to raise awareness. Because if you don't know that this problem exists, how you can fix it? So I made a promise to God that I would dedicate my entire life to end child trafficking. To end child trafficking. Because God's children are not for sale.
That's right. God's children are not for sale. Come on. God's children are not for sale. Some sick ass people out here. Me being I wasn't child trafficked, but I was molested. That was devastating enough than you selling kids. Their innocence. That's fucked up.
And I am very grateful with you, Mr. President, dear amigo, dear hermano, because of you hosting a private training in your house, because of you endorsing Sound of Freedom. After that, Sound of Freedom became the #1 independent film in box office ever in history, produced by a Mexican producer. Thank you for that. Thank you for the incredible hard work.
And y'all can say what y'all want to say about Trump. He has found his administration has found about 10,000 missing kids. It's 325 missing children of migrant families. There were 65,000 calls to the hotline under the Biden-Harris administration. No one called back when they sent these children off to sponsors. One boy called so many times, they didn't call not one person back. And the boy said on there, and I hope they found him, that men were coming in his room late at night touching him. Fuck that bitch. That broke my fucking heart. Under your administration. I need to write this down. Because I got to play this again. Hold on. This 10. When I go to my missing and exploited children. That's fucked up.
What you're doing, thank you for putting the children first. And that's why it's so important, this for all the media, for all Mexican Americans, Hispanic Americans, to vote for President Trump. And I know we will win for the third time. For the third time. Yes. Yes. We will win for the third time.
Uh-oh. Shit.
That's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. Because it's true. Because it's true. Look what is happening right now. Look what is happening right now with these evil people. Obama, Hillary, Kamala, Joe. 100,000 children.
Now listen, it's more than 300. Listen.
Over 300,000 children that they came to the border. They released them, and we don't know where they are. Where are the children? You know, these people, Kamala and Biden, they're the biggest human traffickers in the history. And everyone knows that. And that's why I'm here to give my 100% to support my dear friend, President Donald Trump. And again, we will win for the third time. God bless you. God bless you, Mr. President. Very nice. Thank you. We need to put you in the White House back again. In the beautiful White House. You're going to be in the beautiful White House.
Damn, and now I done lost all my shit again. And I wanted to do 2 more videos. Let me see. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Anyway, did you have anything you wanted to say? Because I'm about to end this. I'm pissed off, but we're gonna have to talk about this. Where are the children? It is. It is. All right. Like, share, subscribe. I think I'm not sleepy. Let me see. Oh, I'm about to do Africa Bambaataa. Yeah, I'm about to do him. All right, I'll be right back with Africa Bambaataa. Like, share, subscribe. Please hit